Yo, what's good, Zoltic? It's lazy content day as we are about to do a reaction. You know what I'm saying? I love reactions because I don't gotta do shit. But anyways, Metaphor, man. It's a game by Atlas that's coming. And you know how I feel about Atlas, bro. Atlas is fire, bro. Anything they drop is fire. Except for, and this is gonna be very controversial if you're not familiar with my channel, Persona 5. And Metaphor, despite them saying it looks like it's going to be new, a brand new take on Atlas, we all know deep down when developers always say that. Same thing they said about Elden Ring. It's still going to have a lot of similarities to like the previous installments. And I feel like I really just hope it really is its own thing because even though it might have similarities, you know, I don't really like the recent stuff from Atlas. Like Persona 5 is my least favorite Persona. Like I played Persona 4, it's my favorite one. And Persona 3, it just didn't capture me as much as Persona 4 and 3. 5 is like I feel like it would be a good game if that was your first Persona, but because it wasn't my first Persona, I feel like it left a lot to be desired. And Metaphor seems to have like the same art direction as Persona 5, and like my biggest pet peeve was just how handholdy it was. So I really just hope Metaphor isn't like that at all. And you know, just because it has the same art style as, you know, Persona 5 doesn't exactly mean it's going to be bad like Persona 5, in my opinion. Like, a lot of people think Persona 5 is a great game. I did complete Persona 5 all the way through. I didn't do the extra bit, the Royale portion, but, you know, I don't know. And who knows? Like, I might go back and replay it. Like, you know, but this isn't a Persona 5 video, bro. We'll talk more about that at the end, but the reason why y'all are here for the reaction, so drop a like. And these are my first impressions on Metaphor. And I see Gnarly dropped a video on Metaphor as well. So I want to watch the trailer for it because I know literally nothing about this game at all. I want to watch the trailer for it. And then I'm going to watch Gnarly's video on it. So we're going to see what's popping.
The prince. If I hadn't lost him, you too would abandon me.
Dang, she laid out.
The price of my failure, then.
Okay, off rip. I gotta turn this down for a second. But off rip, the voice acting is insane. Like the heavy accents. I'm gonna up the quality. We need 1080p, bro. Come on now.
Of course. It's only just that you.
Who is this? Bro got no drip. Bro got no drip on him. So this is definitely like a fantasy world.
Be the one
okay,
to
Atlas.
send me to him now.
Elf ears. Okay.
No, you have it wrong. The prince is alive.
What? Who was that?
Mission? Killing Luis to lift the prince's curse.
Oh, is that the protagonist? We have another blue-haired protagonist. Okay. Atlas always does cook when they have blue-haired protagonists. Persona 3. Devil Survivor 1. Come on now. Okay. Okay, it's already got to be at least an 8 out of 10 already. And he talked.
If we don't hurry and find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk.
What have we got here? He's an elder.
Wait, hold on. So that was gameplay. What is this? I don't think I have it to where y'all can see my mouse. I'm sorry, y'all. But, y'all see the date system on the right? So there's like a calendar system, kind of like in Persona. I don't know how I feel about that since it's supposed to be different, but it's actually kind of cool. That means this is actually going to be a pretty long game. And if there's a calendar system with different, like, regions to explore, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be like a lot of backtracking. Like maybe go to this area again in like 5 days and something's going to happen or something. Okay. And I like the art. Materia, whatever. Old Castle Town. Martra. I think that's how you say it, Martra. And the people, all the little, like... Okay.
Find a way to get close to Luis, we're sunk.
What have we got here? He's an elder.
The minority tribes face walls and barriers everywhere they look in society.
I've been reading, and I hope that someday we can make our kingdom like the place in this book.
A world with no need for that abstract dominion we know as magic. You carry a certain fantasy novel, yes?
Floating
It was
books.
my hand that penned it.
Dreamers like you are always
Yo, what the heck? Bro just comboed him. So is there not turn-based combat? Which if there's not, I don't really mind it, but hold on. What?
It was my hand.
Bro just comboed that thing.
Dreamers like you
Mink, mink,
are always
mink,
the
like
first
what?
to die.
Or is that? Oh, there is. Okay.
The villagers
So
please
starting-
to be spared.
What the? They got these. Bro is shaped like a beach ball. What the heck? Okay.
To be spared, but I know better than to confront.
What is going on, bro? This art is insane.
One survivor.
Certainly. It was the first village to be destroyed by the human menace.
I will show you the reality.
I suppose it's only a matter of time until Luis takes the throne.
Heed me, O kingless. It can't be His Majesty. But he was dead. Whosoever hath
What
truly
is
earned
that?
the greatest faith of the citizenry shall ascend to throne and crown by right of kings.
But now the throne's in anyone's reach, eh? Suppose the king's magic wasn't just a myth.
What is that? What the... Bro, is he drinking? What? Bro, what the heck? Nah, this game got... I was just about to pause it. I just couldn't really find a area 2, but I'm glad I paused it here. Because what the heck is this rabbit doing? But I was saying they have a lot of different characters, they seem like. I keep seeing different characters. I can't really determine which ones is the villains yet, though. But like... If we skim back just a tad bit. See, like him, he looks like he's probably related to the same race as that red-haired girl. We got him, apparently he's like a king or a prince because he's trying to assume some type of throne. And this weird thing right here pops up, which is, seems like it's, I kind of want a story to like be within its bounds. Like, I love JRPGs, but it's kind of getting old, like all of them using the same, like there's a bigger threat, like a world-ending problem. Like I want to play a game where like they actually just deal with the problems inside of their like regular bounds, like not some god from another dimension coming to take over. Like this is literally what this is. Like what is this? Freaking giant ass, like what the fuck, bro?
Just a myth.
Like I said, Atlas has been cooking recently. I loved Reload. I haven't finished it yet, but so far Reload is pretty good. But it is still just a remake. I need something new. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. Pixie, okay. He's inside of a house. There's about to be a lot of like exploration and stuff too. Can tell. About to be lit.
Wait just a minute.
I just really hope this game isn't so hold your handy, because like when I was playing 5, bro, there's so much dialogue and it just felt like I was just locked. I love when games are more vague and they have more vague dialogue, and like it really like makes you find answers and want to learn more about characters versus everything just being written on the table for you. You know what I mean?
Could be just
Who
the
is that?
excuse we need to get close to Luis.
Dang! What the heck? She's stamping this man. What the fuck?
Close to Luis.
Stamped his goddamn.
A really
the hell?
bad man might be our king. Why?
The tragedy of the royal family is only the beginning. So,
Oh my god. What the heck? Okay, bro. I'm too invested in a trailer, bro. I didn't think I was gonna be. I'm invested in a trailer. Hold on, my fault. I'm over here misclicking and stuff. Who is this?
the royal family is
She
only
just
the
got
beginning.
turn around. Oh my
What would you
gosh.
say to an alliance?
We were with him.
A dragon.
We couldn't protect him. I'm sorry.
A dragon, of
When I
course.
fought besides was not so ruled by anger and malice.
Count Luis gave us a dream to fight for.
This is definitely gonna be a long game. A very long game.
Oh,
Holy moly.
contestants, are you ready?
Because if the trailer is this action-packed and... Dang! He about dark as my elbows, bruh. I'm black, by the way. But... Oh my goodness, bro. The only black person in this game I've seen, and he about dark as like a he as dark as these black socks I got on recording this video. Dang, bro. They really put melanin in this man. Bro looks like a tree that got rained on, bro. Bro, nah, I'm cooking him too much. We love to see my brothers in the game, bro. And he's an old man black guy too. Cool. What's going on with this man's eyelashes though? What the hell? Bro got star lashes. Bro, no way they make the only black guy in the game crash. Bro, what? See, this is what I'm talking about, bro. What the hell? Well, then again, am I tripping? Was it the main character? I'm tripping, bro. Y'all probably roasting me right now. Isn't the main character got some melanin in him? Hold on. The main character got melanin in him, though. Nah, this might be peak just off that. I'm tripping. I didn't even pay attention to the fact the main character has melanin. That's crazy. See, but it's like whenever characters have melanin in like JRPGs, though, it's like the game doesn't ever know if they actually want to give them melanin. It's like they're like scared. They're like, should it be black? Nah. Like, look at this frame right here. Bro, look at his skin. Bro doesn't look brown at all in this frame. He looks a little tan, but he still could be like, you know. But then if you go on like other frames, you can see him like get darker. Like, it's like they don't know what they want to do, bro. They're like, do we want to make him melanated? Do we not? Like, I'm just playing, y'all. Don't take me too serious. I will have somebody in my comments being like, bro, but this, no, it's because, or he's like Middle Eastern, or he's from this place. Like, I'm not being that serious. But look right here, though. You know I have a point, though. Look right here. Bro look melanated right there, though. Let me go earlier in the trailer. Right here, he definitely does. He looks so melanated here. Hold on. He a melanated brother. See, look at his hands right here. This is his hands, right? Hold on.
A world with no need for that abstract.
I might be reading too much into this. See, right there, they definitely like brown-ish. And like every frame, I swear he either gets darker or lighter. See, he's dark right there. Whatever. Hold up, though. I have bad short-term memory. I don't even know if I finished the trailer. Yeah, so the dude crashes. We get the credits. That was an insane trailer, though. Seriously. October 11th. Okay, bro, that's gonna be scary, y'all. I'm gonna be in college, bro. All these characters, dude. There's so many characters. Look at him, bro. He is clean. Look at him with his hand up. Nah, that is so clean, bro. That is so clean. That is so clean. The prince or whatever, he reminds me of like Griffith. I hope he's not similar to Griffith at all, but that's what he reminds me of for sure. But anyways, so that was that, and then Gnarly made a video on it talking about the demo or something like that, which is actually, that interests me a lot. So we're actually about to tap in, see what you're talking about. I'm not gonna be doing as much pausing, so don't worry. Not on this one. I will pause and say like a quick something, but you know. And shout out to Gnarly, by the way. Obviously, if you're in this community, you definitely know who Gnarly is. He does a lot of challenge runs, and he just makes great SMT and Persona videos in general. And his opinion is obviously respected and stuff like that. So, but I'm pretty sure y'all definitely know who he is, especially if you know who I am. So, let's get into it.
Hello everyone, I just got back from this year's Anime Expo, and it was awesome. I had a great time, got to meet a lot of really cool people, did a lot of really fun things, and among those things was playing a demo of Atlus's new game, Metaphor ReFantazio. They had a playable demo.
That's how you say that?
Booth,
Metaphor ReFantazio, okay.
Along with a giant inflatable model of one of the gauntlet runners from the game, and it was really cool. The demo was only 15 minutes long, and there were 3
that does look
demos you
cool.
could play. The tutorial, a dungeon, and a boss mode. I played the dungeon demo twice and the boss demo once, and I also went to their panel about the game. And even though I only played for a short amount of time,
that's the menuing? It looks so real. Bro. Okay, let me chill out. I don't want to be going back, because this video is kind of long, but what? Traveling Boy. Give him a name, bro. I know it's a demo, but damn.
About the game. And I'm sure many of you are also...
So we got Tarukaja. We do have the regular, you know, classic SMT Persona names, but then there's Day. Is that how you say it? Die? Weak HP recovery. So instead of being called Dia, they call it Die. And they have Cycle, which is like, I guess, wind attack. Then Chase support. I don't know what that does. There's Synthesis, Archetype. Okay. Nah, this is cool.
So curious
Menuing
to know
is
more
so
about
clean.
the game yourselves. So here are my thoughts on the Anime Expo demo for Metaphor ReFantazio. And I'll start with the obvious. The presentation for this game is amazing. The graphics, the sound design, the artwork, it's all really good, and I'm just really fascinated by this game's setting. It's like your average medieval fantasy setting, but it's kind of futuristic, but it's also kind of not. It reminds me a lot of the
What?
Xenoblade series. The world this game is
bro,
setting
Xenoblade is
kind
like
of
literally
like
my
a
favorite
mirror
franchise of
to
all
the
time.
real
That's
world,
insane.
or the realistic setting that Persona is set in. The character designs are really cool. Regardless of who your favorite artist at Atlus is, I don't think there's any denying that Soejima is a very talented artist, and this game artistically looks amazing. Not just the character designs, but also the world that the game is set in. The freaky but cool monsters you fight, the FMV cutscenes, it's all really beautiful, and it's clear that for this game, Soejima had much more creative freedom than he usually does when working on Atlus games. If what I just said confuses you a bit, well, play Stella Deus. It was the first game that Soejima was the lead artist for, and he had almost complete creative freedom when working on it. And the art for Metaphor reminds me a lot of the art in that game. They also brought along Kota Kazuma, who is best known for his work on Nier Automata to design the cities, and Evangelion designer Ikuto Yamashita to design the Gauntlet Runner. So if you were feeling any sense of familiarity with that, well, now you know why. Meguro is also the lead composer here, and I honestly think he may be one of the most talented music composers in the gaming industry. He's composed the soundtrack for dozens of Atlus games among dozens.
Okay, right now, Gnarly is hyping this shit the fuck up. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Oh my goodness. This is really making me actually want to play it now. Like, very badly. He hyping this up. Evangelion, if you watch anime, bro, y'all know.
Dozens of genres of music,
That's
and
crazy.
everything he touches turns to gold. And here he brings back the orchestral
See,
style.
Here he's just literally
Very
regular
reminiscent of Strange Journey.
attacking
And Strange Journey
enemies.
is one of my favorite games of all time, so this is nothing but good for me. Now,
Is that because he's over
Metaphor
leveled,
is
or
a turn-based RPG with light action RPG
see?
elements,
But here
and
he's
it's
going
very
into
reminiscent
battle.
of SMT and Persona. Maybe a little too reminiscent. If I were asked to describe the gameplay of Metaphor in 2 words or less, my answer would be a very sarcastic, not Persona. That's not to say it's exactly like Persona. There are plenty of things that help it stand out, which I will get into, but if you've played any of the recent Persona games, especially 5 and 3 Reload, you're going to notice some very blatant similarities.
Oh no.
The way your characters move around in the dungeons, the UI, the swinging and attack animations, the elements, the calendar system, the social simulation elements, the social stats, even the moves are similarly named. In fact, some of them don't even have their names changed at all. It even has some of the more minor nitpicky issues that I have with some of the Persona games, like how in Persona 5 it treats you like a complete idiot. Like in the dungeon demo, there's this part where you get to a locked door and your character tells you that you need a key. Like, duh, why wouldn't I? So
For
then you
real.
go downstairs to find a key, and then the game tells you that you found a key and should use it to open that same locked door.
Like, shut up.
Yeah, I know what a key does. Even a complete schmuck like me can figure that out. Just little things like that that on their own aren't too bad, but when it happens frequently in a game you're probably going to be spending dozens of hours on, it does start to get to you. Granted, this demo did take place very early in the game, so I can only hope that the game loosens its grip later on. Now, one thing that's unique to this game is that in dungeons you can start combat with enemies before or sometimes without engaging them in
I was literally just
turn-based
about.
mode,
Hold on, let me
which is
pause this. I'm listening to what he's saying, but I'm also really just watching this gameplay, bro. Which y'all are probably doing as well. New Bond. I was just about to say that. So, yeah, rank 1, Katharina. So I'm guessing you'll find people randomly in like dungeons and in the overworld that you can make bonds with, which is really cool. And I wonder, like, cause whenever he talked to her, it said a friend in need, and it looked like that was a side quest. So I wonder if there's like party members and stuff in this game that are only locked behind side quest. That would be so cool, bro, to have like optional party members. I think that's one of a JRPG's best elements, y'all, is like optional characters that you can get. Like that is so cool. Like very cool. Like I don't play a lot of Final Fantasies and I haven't completed a lot of them, but I have started a lot of them though and gotten like halfway. And like, cause JRPGs, bro, they're long, bro. Like, you know, I don't even buy games anymore to complete them, bro. I just love playing games and like I do piggyback a lot and I suck. My backlog is it's very huge. Like, you know, on YouTube, I'll be struggling. I'll be like, I want to quit this series, but nah, we gotta complete it. Like I don't know, my attention span for games, bro, just getting worse. I'm telling you. But that's just me though. But going back to what I was saying, bro. I was playing Final Fantasy 6 and I got like halfway or something like that. And then like there's a character that you meet. I forgot his name. I'm like bad at remembering names too. But he's like the dang, I don't want to like that might be somebody's favorite game. They might be cooking me. But pretty much he was like this ninja type guy, it seemed like. And if you don't like wait a second for him at whenever you the world's being destroyed, he literally can't join your team. Like he'll die with the rest of the world. And the way to do it, you have to wait like an extra like I think 10 or 15 seconds before you get on the airship to leave. And there's like it's just little things, like the little things like in games, bro, that make them cool. And lockable party members or missable party members is so cool because they can change like how you play the game and all that other stuff. Like so cool, bro. But I just wanted to add that little tangent, bro. All right, let's go back into it.
It's called squad combat here. And it's not like Persona 3 Reload or SMT 5 where you attack an enemy to have a better chance at ambushing them, but instead you actually deal damage to them. And the battle will start with them having already taken damage and also probably being stunned. You even have some action game style features like a somersault and a lock-on.
Oh yeah, by the way, I just looked it up. His name's Shadow. I was gonna say Shadow, but I didn't want to say the wrong name. Yeah, Shadow.
Enemies can be completely finished off without squad combat, while medium and stronger enemies will need to be taken out this way. But you can engage weaker enemies this way if you really want to. Now, based on what I've said, you're also probably expecting me to say that the squad combat is identical to Persona. But no, it's actually more like SMT here. It even has the press turn icon system from Nocturne. But in terms of how it plays, I'd say it's more like Digital Devil Saga. You have 4 turn icons, and you use these icons for attacks. If you strike a weakness or land a critical hit, they glow, or in this case, they do this weird spinning animation thing. And you can go again.
If you sleep on your side, I bet you hate your pillow.
Bro, shut up, bro. You ruining my vid.
They might be as
But yeah,
but you also have these
that is very similar.
Skills,
it's like SMT and Persona mixed in one game.
Digital Devil Saga. Depending on how many characters are needed to use them, they require multiple turn icons, and you unlock the ability to use them as you fight, and they are very necessary if you want to do any serious damage to enemies in battle. Now,
that also reminds me of another thing that already exists, the double text from like Chrono Trigger and stuff like that. That reminds me of that, where you need 2 people to do it.
Those things that you cast your moves with, your persona-looking things, those are called archetypes, and they're kind of like in-betweens of personas and Atma avatars, and they're based off jobs that you see in classic RPGs, like Knight, Mage, Brawler, etc. Every character could switch archetypes, but there are only about 40 in the entire game, and they can't be changed in battle. And unlike Personas and Demons where you're meant to only keep them around for a short while, these ones you're supposed to keep with you the entire game, and you unlock, strengthen, and evolve them by forming bonds with characters throughout the game, not unlike the social links in Persona. Like I said, all characters have multiple archetypes, but I imagine some of them are probably better for certain characters, since here it's a lot like Persona 1 and 2 and Soul Hackers 2, where characters have their own stats that can be influenced by the archetype stats. But we'll see how creative the final game lets you be, because it is kind of hard to say how much customization the game will allow from 3 15-minute demos. But in the short time I did play, I can say that I had a great time with it, and there's no doubt in my mind that this game is going to be awesome and a huge hit. And depending on how you feel about various games in the Megaton series, it might be just what you've been wanting. If you like the social links and time management of Persona, but you prefer the press turn combat of SMT, well, Metaphor will be the best of both worlds. Or if you're tired of the same Japanese high school setting that the series takes place in, this will be a breath of fresh air. But I do still have one issue with Metaphor, and that isn't that it's bad, it's really, really good, as you've seen, but for a game that's supposedly been worked on for the better part of a decade, and given how much Atlus was hyping this game up as a new thing that wasn't SMT or Persona,
facts. Okay, he's
finally
spitting right
getting
here.
to play it and it basically being Persona in a
Being
fantasy setting.
that's what did I say at the very start of this video? I literally said, you know how games be, how developers be, and it's because I don't. It's good that they're like that though. You know, games take a long time. You know, the design, the music, everything that comes together that we may not even realize because like we might turn on a game and we might not like, yeah, we might think of it at first when we first get a game for the first time, like the music, the characters. But when you load up a game for like your sixth, seventh time, you don't really, all you're really looking at is the gameplay and the new parts of the story that may intrigue you. But you're not really thinking of all the little things and the textures and stuff like that anymore that these developers have spent hours and days and months on. You know what I mean? Maybe even years on. And so they're gonna, of course, hype up their game, and they may even be jaded, being like, "This is something different" and stuff, because they see the other stuff that's gone behind the scenes. But in reality, it may just be the same. In reality, bro, it may just be the same, bro. Like I was literally saying, Elden Ring is literally Dark Souls 4, and I don't have a problem with that. Like, because the Elden Ring is fire. Like, From Software was cooking when they made Elden Ring, but it's really just Dark Souls 4. It's the truth. And it's like a mainstream Dark Souls at that, because people knew what Dark Souls was, but it was something that everyone stayed away from because the games were so hard. It really had like it had a giant niche audience. It was still niche. It was a big audience, but it was still niche. But now everybody plays From Software games. Like with Sekiro and Elden Ring, everybody is trying to play those games, bro. But back to this, right? So yeah, I agree with Gnarly, but I also agree with the developers because I understand it goes hand in hand. But from a player perspective, which is what I am, that is kind of disappointing that they were saying that, and it's really just like he said, bro. Still, it feels like another SMT or another Persona game, you know, just in a fantasy setting. But you know, I'm still gonna buy it, and we're still gonna see, you know, because I mean, this is just a judgment before the game even comes out, you know. Try not to judge things too critical.
I can't help but feel a bit disappointed. Keep in mind, this game was teased almost a decade ago back in 2016. At that time, Persona 5 was brand new. In fact, we didn't even have it in English yet, and SMT 5 hadn't been announced either. None of us had any idea what it was, and I don't think anyone at Atlus did either. All we knew was that it was, well, fantasy. Development was being headed by many of the veteran staff of SMT and Persona, including Soejima, who was the lead artist, and it was going to feature some red-headed elf girl, whose design got changed in the final game. It really feels like a situation where Hashino or Soejima or one of the other lead designers in a meeting just said, "Hey, you guys know what we should do? How about a new IP that's fantasy?" And then Atlus's marketing team started hyping it up just so that fans knew that something else was being worked on and they weren't going to do nothing but milk Persona 5 for the next 8 years. It wasn't until last year that we finally got a pretty good look at it, and the reveal trailer was amazing. Even though it didn't actually show much of the game, it did show that Atlus had been
I don't know if my whatchamacallit is freezing or if it's just his video,
it
but
didn't actually show much of the game.
It might be, yeah, I think it's
that
his
Atlus
video.
Had been putting an incredible amount of care and effort into this game, and they weren't just sitting
these fights
on it
look
this whole
intense.
time. Now, as for the similarities to Persona and SMT, you might say I should have expected this since it is the brainchild of many of the veteran developers of the Persona series, and I myself even said in my trailer impressions video.
But that's one thing that I am excited for, that it won't be taken away, because I'm still listening to what he's saying. But look at the game, bro. Like, in Persona, right? You're always walking around, like, the town, bro. You're always walking around the town and regular people and stuff like that. In this game, look at this, bro. It looks like he's in, like, some type of, like, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings house, bro. like Harry Potter type house. I don't even know what, all gold and stuff. Like the locations and the NPCs. We literally have a talking rabbit. Like they're all going to be different. They're gonna be like, and then the quest system is gonna be different. Like it's really gonna be fire, bruh. This game's gonna be fire. Mission: head to Virga Island, and then it's on a day system. Bro, this is gonna be fire. Like I can feel it. I don't know what it is. I can feel it.
That I was glad to see this as a turn-based RPG because those are what they do best, but there's still plenty of room to be creative here. We've seen these developers
That is
do
true,
it
though.
before. Also, we all know that as soon as review copies go out, all the journalists are going to be comparing it to Persona just like they do for every game Atlus puts out. Even though in this case, I think they would actually be right to do so. But I'm worried about how these similarities are going to affect this game's reception. If this game is compared negatively to Persona and or doesn't sell well enough, we're probably less likely to get a sequel, which I do want to see. But even if the reception is positive, a lot of close-minded fans are probably still going to complain about this not being Persona 6, especially when they play it. I also can't help but comment on the fact that Microsoft is playing a huge part in promoting this game. I mean, they have their big green Xbox logo in all the advertisements, not to mention the demos at AX were for the Xbox version, so maybe Microsoft is trying to promote this as like their quasi-signature version of Persona. Like, yeah, Persona is on Xbox consoles now, but not counting spin-offs, it was almost completely exclusive to PlayStation until 2022, and is still closely associated with the brand by fans. It's also kind of funny because Metaphor actually is a multi-gen game that's also coming to PS4, but not Xbox One. Time will only tell though, and either way, I'm very much looking forward to playing this game when it comes out. If any of you were at AX and played this demo, I'd love to hear what you think, especially if you played the tutorial segment since I didn't play that. But as always, be sure to check out my other links in the description, be sure to rate, comment, and...
Okay. Check out Gnarly, bro. W video. I agree with everything he was saying. I agree, and I also, looking at it from like how the developers look at their game, I agree with them too. My final thoughts is I just really hope it can be good as a standalone game, and I hope that, bro, I just really hope that the game gives more than we see. I hope that for every game, because recently it seems like they put all the most hype stuff in their trailers, and I'm not just talking about Atlus. I'm not shaming Atlus or nothing like that. I'm talking about games in general. Nowadays they put everything good into a trailer, or they put everything good into like one demo, and then you actually play the game and it's just stale. Like a lot of games I've been playing recently, like for example, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I love that game. The beginning was really good, like the first like 10 to 15 hours, and then the ending was really good, like the last like 10 hours. But the mid game was so like tedious and just boring, and a lot of fetch quests and talking to people I did not want to talk to, and just a lot of extras, bro. Like a lot of just extra stuff. And it feels like I'm shaming FF7 Rebirth. I still give that game like a high 7, like maybe a 8, but like that's just an example of how much a game can just like drag on when it doesn't need to drag on, or just not be exciting. Like they save the high points for the very end, or they use them all up in the beginning. Another example of that would be, in my opinion, like I gotta keep saying in my opinion because I know how the internet is, but Dragon Quest 11, that game is so long. In the beginning, you start off running from a dragon, meeting new characters very consistently, to kind of just in the mid game just kind of like just boring, and then they even start like reusing different like villains and stuff. It gets tedious. Like I just hope that this game has a lot more in store. They have very likable characters, likable antagonists, and can't wait to play it, man. And I'm gonna actually play it and try not to compare it to Persona or any of their previous work. I'm actually gonna, unless it's just butt ass and it's just that similar, like unless it's just like very, very similar, and I'm just like, bruh, this is literally just Persona 6. But yeah, bro, that's all my thoughts, and I'm ready though. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. Celtic out. Peace.